assistant at the First Unitarian Church of Salt Lake City. Welcome to this Pride edition of UU of the Week. Barbara Pescan was the first out lesbian minister of religious education and later a co-senior minister with her partner Ann Tyndall to be called by a UU congregation. So even though the UUA amended its hiring practices in 1970 to make this possible, it still took until 1980 for the first openly gay ministers to be officially called, and then Barbara was called in 1984. Barbara Pescan, who was born in 1946, first found the Unitarian Church when she and her father were looking for a choir. They liked the liberal theology at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Akron, Ohio, but it was the care the congregation showed to Barbara and her father when he became increasingly ill that made that church feel like home to them. In 1977, Barbara heard the call to ministry and was accepted at the Starr King School of Ministry in Berkeley, California. Barbara Pescan was then called, after she finished her degree, by Beacon Unitarian Church in Oak Park, Illinois in 1984, making her the first out lesbian called to a ministerial position at a UU church. In 1988, she and her partner Ann Tyndall were called as co-senior ministers in Connecticut. Barbara and her partner later worked at the UUA, where they developed the program for LGBTQ welcoming congregations. This program has helped UU churches learn about LGBTQ communities and work toward becoming truly safe and welcoming spaces. Our own First Unitarian Church of Salt Lake City is an LGBTQ welcoming community. Barbara Pescan retired after 27 years in the ministry. She was a pioneer, a leader, an advocate for queer UU ministers. She was also a poet, and this poem, which is number 680 in our hymnal, Singing the Living Tradition, is called Because of Those Who Came Before Us. Because of those who came before, we are, in spite of their failings, we believe because of and in spite of the horizons of their vision, we too dream. Let us go, remembering to praise, to live in the moment, to love mightily, to bow to the mystery. When reflecting upon her years as a UU minister, Barbara said, "Somewhere along that long curve, I am forming a unified field theory of our faith and a corollary question. Before the 6 sources and the 7 principles, I posit this one rule. When you enter the doors of our faith, you may not lock them after you. You may not close them against others who may come, nor against what new promptings may knock at the door of your own heart. The question is, what are we for? We, ministers, lay people, Unitarian Universalists, humanists, theists, feminists, human beings with this precious human birth. What are we for?" So I agree. Let us not lock the doors of our faith to new ideas or to growth. We have been on a path toward doing better for a long time, and it took years of demanding change for LGBTQ ministers to find their place in our churches. We are still on that journey as a faith organization and as a country, but things are getting better every day. And I am so happy to add Barbara Pescan to our UU of the Week collection.